I did the other.
Well, a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Edward Manifold Stakes Day here from Flemington on such a beautiful day with an 8-event program. We will be covering the total program out of Sydney and the last 4 races out of Adelaide. At the moment...
Bang, through the rail he goes. Knocked the rail down. And, well, you can see it for yourself. So he hasn't done any damage to himself, fortunately, but they've just got to arrest this horse now. The others have been standing in the gates for a while. They'll get him now, surely. Let's hope someone with some experience can arrest this horse and we can get the field on the way, because the 2-year-olds, it's first start for almost all of them. Only Resolutely and Marabou's Phantom have been to the races before, so it's quite new for them. It's a very nervous experience. It's exciting. It's different. There's a lot of noise going on, and fortunately our Melbourne has been caught. The rail will be put back. It's only a temporary device, so there'll be no problems with it. They'll get it right, surely. Ross Bradfield's down the track at the moment, the assistant to Ron King. Now they've got to get this horse off the track, of course. Now they can open one of the petitions here. There is a gap here that they can open and bring the horse safely off the track. There we go. The inside rail is being adjusted. It's quiet. So our Melbourne's had quite an experience. Come to the races, had a run around, went around the whole of the track, but isn't running. Now, he jumped reasonably, Mahafal. He ran out at the start with Blazing Sword, but he's going to get a clear run now. Affirmative Action began well inside of him. Preacher Man's going fast in the early stages. Quite a few are coming to the outside. They're everywhere here. Candy is Dandy going fast with Kingston Heritage, and Mahafal's right up with them with Affirmative Action. Resolutely beaten for speed early with Alunda Sand, and also Blazing Sword beaten for pace. Marabou's Phantom in the centre with Class well back with Roaring Supreme. I'm Just Blue. Famo's Lad well out of it. On the outside, San Manos just leading from Bistro Bow, Sky Pilot, Trendy Bay and Dawson, and a long gap then a Demon Ruler. On the fence, Kingston Heritage led Candy as Dandy. Mahafal's under pressure. Alunda Sand running on pretty well with Blazing Sword, but Candy as Dandy's taken the lead. About a head in front of Kingston Heritage and looks home. Running on Blazing Sword, but Candy as Dandy's going to win the first from Kingston Heritage. Blazing Sword third, then Alunda Sand. Mahafal fifth. Behind them, Trendy Bay, San Manos, Resolutely, Affirmative Action, I'm Just Blue, Dawson. Next home class, Preacher Man, Roaring Supreme, Marabou's Phantom. Sky Pilot well back with Demon Ruler, Bistro Bow, and Famo's Lab was slow all the way and last. Very good horse this, I'd say, Candy as Dandy. Didn't produce the whip at any stage. It was a hands and heels job. Very well named, I think, by No Alcoholic, and so they've called it Candy as Dandy. We all need our tricks somewhere, somehow, and candy can be just as good as alcohol, obviously, for someone. And it's well named and can really run. Blazing Sword was a good run third, but it's 4:11 and 3. They look 4 chances.
In Sydney, race 1.
Lay back when the stalls open, he missed it 2 lengths. And the best to begin was Lord Opera from Star Maverick. Third position taken by Ideal Score and a length Eager Ninja. Then Prime Appointment, Caught in Time and Brinny going up quickly now after a tardy jump at a length the Hakapira. Then Dark Nakara, Wonder Plus Dollars and a length the Bagalot Kid. And then Sesqui and He's a Smoothie. Wonder Dancer, Kiri Star. And last of all is True Thoughts travelling to the corner, and Cassidy has Ideal Score. A handy leader, 2 lengths on Lord Opera, a length away third is Eager Ninja, a length the Brinny, followed at the head of the others by Caught in Time and very wide Star Maverick. 300 metres to go, and Ideal Score in front. Eager Ninja challenging third, about 3/4 of a length away, but hanging in a shade was Lord Opera, then Star Maverick. Forget about Brinny. Eager Ninja's running greenly, but he's after Ideal Score. A race into Ideal Score and Eager Ninja, with Eager Ninja doing better, and Eager Ninja comes away from Ideal Score, and on the line it's Eager Ninja nearly a half length to Ideal Ideal Score, nothing in it for third, caught in time and Wonder Dancer. Followed home then by Huckapiro and He's a Smoothie, Star Maverick, Brinny. Well, whatever chance the fade had, lost it at Barrier Rise, then Dark Nakara, Kiri Star, True Thoughts, Bagalot Kid, Sesqui, Lord Opera, second last Prime Appointment, and last of all was Plus Dollars.
Eager Ninja, second start in a race and won the Canterbury Stakes race 1 in Sydney. 2, 8 and 4 it looks like, although there is a photo with a very close finish. Number 2, Eager Ninja first. Number 8 was Ideal Score second, and a photo which could possibly go to number 4, Caught in Time. We'll have a look if we can at the... Randwick race 1, number 2, Eager Ninja, $2.90 and $1. 8, Ideal Score, $1.20, and number 4 did get to the judge third, Caught in Time, $6.05. Quinella, $10.95, and the trifecta, rather healthy, $623.05. Now back to Flemington and Phil Gibbs.
Yes, Tony.
Dandy, $1.90 and $75. Kingston Heritage, $1.70. Blazing Sword, $1.05. Quinella, $10.55, and the trifecta, $73.15. In Sydney today, Eager Ninja, $2.90 and $1. Ideal Score, $1.20. Caught in Time, $6.05. Quinella, $10.95. Trifecta, $623.05. They were the two-year-old races for the... There of the jockeys getting themselves set, light on, racing. Gates crash open and our Palace are not the best away. Barnstorming began quickly. Barusha began all right with Baptise. Celtic Air away pretty well. Fair Verdict showing good speed. Scots Lane surprisingly in behind them today. Barusha back third last with Remaster second last, and our Palace are whipping them in. No speed on at all at the 1300. Baptise pulling led Celtic Air. Barnstorming a length. Fair Verdict. Wonder Bank Coin, who's midfield. Barusha outside of Barnstorming the rail as Scots Lane's now moved up to second. 5 lengths away, Remaster, and you can't see our Palace in the picture at the moment. That's his head just poking through. Baptise leads about a half to 3/4 of a length at the 1,000 from Scots Lane. Fair Verdict getting a nice run on the inside of Celtic Air, a length and a half away, Bank Coin, Barusha. Wonder Barnstorming, 6 lengths to Remaster and a half to our Palliser. Well, our Palliser's giving them a big start. He's starting to take off now at the 700. Baptise has had a lovely run in the lead. He's a half length Scots Lane. Celtic Air 3 deep momentarily. Fair Verdict the rail, Bank Coin, Barusha the grey. 4 to our Palliser being wound up hard from Barnstorming and Remaster. Into the straight, Baptise about a neck in front of Scots Lane. Celtic Air moved up 3 deep, Barusha 4 wide. Our Palliser continuing with that run, and Fair Verdict going through, and also Bank Coin with a run. Baptise leads at the 300 from Celtic Air. Our Palliser out wide. Bank Coin getting through, and Barusha. Baptise just in front, but our Palliser looks to have him covered. Celtic Air struggling from Barusha. Our Palliser's taken the lead. He's come from last at the 1,000. A good trial for the Cup. Barusha and Bank Coin fighting out the minor placings, but our Palliser, he's had enough on the line. Hall shakes him up a bit, but he beats Bank Coin, Barusha, Celtic Air, Baptise, Scots Lane. Third last, Barnstorming from Fair Verdict and Remaster. Well, he's won at a mile now. He hadn't done it before, but quite a remarkable performance, considering that he was almost tailed off in the first 400 metres. Hall set him alight at about the 800, and he rounded them up, and despite the fact he'd had enough on the line, it was a very, very good effort, because it's hard to sustain such a run for such a long time. 1:37.8. They crawled in the race. It was a very slowly run race, a muddling run race.
Over the last 700 metres. Let's check the dividends now if you happen to back it. I backed Baptise, so I didn't do too good. Number 1, our Palliser, 165.65. 4 Bank Coin, 105, and 5 Barusha, $3.10. The Quinella, $9.35, and the trifecta, $282. One man is a little bit better tipping than I am, is Bruce McAvaney. And Bruce, I believe you've got a couple to watch.
Slave Trade putting on speed,
Racing
and not
Sydney.
far back as Rocket Lad, and then comes Schwartz. Our Magic Green, Timothy dropping off a little, followed then by Mustaway. Second last, Sea Swell, and 5 or 6 Statosphere. Onto the course proper, 1,000 to go, and Slave Trade on the outside is just leading I'm No Saint. A length and a half away Third is Rocket Lad on the inside of Schwartz, and Majestic Drums covering ground. Then Our Magic Dream a length further back on the inside. Sea Swell from Timothy. 3 wide is Must Away, and 6 lengths to Stanosphere at the 700. And Slave Trade draws about 3/4 of a length. I'm No Saint again, starting to punch up on the inside. Schwartz out 3 wide, followed by Rocket Lad, Majestic Drums, Sea Swell is snookered, and then Our Magic Dream. Wider out on the track next is Must Away. Timothy drops out second last, and Stanosphere trails around the turn. And with the inside running, I'm No Saint. A half length in front. Schwartz has gone to second. Slave Trade is labouring, followed by Must Away, Majestic Drums, and Sea Swell is getting into the open at the 220. I'm No Saint headed by Schwartz on the outside. Must Away is representing danger. Must Away on the outside grabs Schwartz, and then I'm No Saint and Majestic Drums, but Must Away and Craig Carmody starting to come away. I'm No Saint kicks back, and then Schwartz, but Must Away wins nicely. Second, I'm No Saint. Third, Schwartz, followed home then by Timothy. A break to Sea Swell. Didn't go on when he got the run from Rocket Lad, Majestic Drums, and a good margin away, Our Magic Dream, and the last two in Slave Trade and Stanosphere.
After 1,400 metres at the Kensington Handicap, it looks like 5, 6 and 8. Must Away number 5 first, written by C. Carmody. 6, I'm No Saint, P. Cook. Number 8, Schwartz, P. Sylvester. Let's go back to Phil Gibbons.
It was quick change. 5, 6, 8 there. Must Away, I'm No Saint and Schwartz. Craig Carmody, the winning jockey. 705, 175. I'm No Saint, 145. Schwartz, 85. And the trifecta there was 336, 45. Ready Racing. One of the last out special, which was surprising. She didn't begin all that well. Placid Arc away fast. Christmas Tree began well. Effective behind them with Delphi Dazzle. Taj Quillo about 4 off the fence and special. Placid Arc held together at the 1,000. Led about a half length from Christmas Tree. A length and a half to special Taj Quillo. Delphi Dazzle last of all, and Effective just in front of it. Placid Arc bowling along about a length in front of Christmas Tree at the 800. Specials moved up on the outside of Christmas Tree. A half to Taj Quillo, 2 to Effect, and a length and a half Delphi Dazzle. Over the 800 crossing, and Christmas Trees right up alongside Placid Arc. Special 3 wide. Taj Quillo 4 wide, about 2 or 3 to Affected, and Delphi Dazzle. 500 out. Placid Arc still held together about a neck in front of Christmas Tree, who's going well on his outside. 2 lengths away then to Special and Taj Quillo. Placid Arc about a head in front. Christmas Tree being reined up at the distance. 2 to Special, Taj Quillo and Delphi Dazzle. Now Clements asks Placid Arc. He's about a neck to a half in front of Christmas Tree, and he's kicked away now. Then Special and Delphi Dazzle. But the horse of the year is coming away, Placid Arc. He's going to make a triumphant return to racing and win by 3 lengths. Christmas Tree second. He ran 1:9.2, that horse, the winner. Special third. Then Delphi Dazzle Affected, and Taj Quillo last. Well, Brendan Clements said he won't get beaten if he wins today for the rest of the spring. Watch out for him in the Moya Stakes now. He could get anything around Moonee Valley. Could run anything on a good day. But Clements held him together. He asked him when Christmas Tree almost joined him at the distance. He clicked him up, and the great horse responded, accelerated away, and ran 1:9.2. 25 and 65. Christmas Tree 105 for the place. Special no third dividend. Quinella 220. Skinny old trifecta $4.55 on the Rupert Steele Stakes.
And slowly, last on settling down, and Champagne Party, the early leader from Lord Beaverbrook. Dream Faith third. A length and a half away next is Sobers, going very quickly through on the inside the lead, and then Stimulus and Potter McQueen. Wonder Rising Comet and Fantasy King Outrigger and Purse Strings last at the 800. And Sobers, who blued the jump, leads a length. Dream Faith, and wider Lord Beaverbrook. 1 Stimulus inside Potter McQueen. 2 then to Fantasy King, followed by Purse Spring Champagne Party. A length to Outrigger, and 3 or 4 lengths to Rising Comet. On the bend at the 500, and the leader narrowly Sobers. Dream Faith gone up to have a crack at him shortly afterwards, however, and puts the neck in front. A length to Lord Beaverbrook, and 1 to Potter McQueen, and Stimulus next to Purse Springs. Well, Sobers looks history, and here Lord Beaverbrook and Dream Faith show the way. About a length on Potter McQueen, warming up now, and here comes Potter McQueen. He dashes through to head off Dream Faith, and then Lord Beaverbrook and Fantasy King and then Stimulus running home well. But Potter McQueen, the leader, he ducked in a little on Stimulus, then Purse Strings, but Potter McQueen eased down on the line, wins it. Potter McQueen from Stimulus, tight for third, Purse Strings and Fantasy King at a very close issue, then Champagne Party, Dream Faith, Lord Beaverbrook, and then came Rising Comet, Outrigger second last, and Absolute was Sobers.
The Dennis Rowe Handicap, race 3 at Sydney, and it looks like 2, 3 and 4. There is a photo. Number 2, Potter McQueen, Al Dittman. Number 3, Stimulus, J. Marshall. And Fantasy King may have just got there on the outside, A. Cowie, number 4, but we'll find out very soon.
Behind her now, Placid Arc 75 and 65. Christmas Tree was 105 and Special No Third Dividend. This was the Rupert Steele Stakes. The trifecta was 455, Quinella 220. We saw one great horse in the previous, and we're going to see another in this. Potter McQueen 120 and 55 in Sydney. Stimulus 90, Purse Strings 515. The trifecta was 113.70, and the Quinella was $4.50. Midnight Fever, long odds on favourite. Light on ready. Racing, she jumped out fast to Midnight Fever. Bold Lily away well with Midnight Fever. Sister Shirley, Jewel of Night. Just behind them, Joy of the Jungle. Beginning well, Glorious Way with Spending and Julep around the outside. Lady Marita midfield. Grand Chazer's well back with Hidden Power. Tennessee Vane, one of the last, Voodoo Blues and Buzz My Bell. Jewel of the Night straight away to lead 3 lengths as they settle from Sister Shirley and Midnight Fever up nice and handy at the 1200. Julep trapped 3 deep, the centre Glorious Way and Bold Lily the rail as they slow up. 1.5 the Joy of the Jungle pulling on the inside of Lady Marita. 3 deep around them, Buzz My Bell, Spending the centre and Grand Chazer's, 1.5 lengths Hidden Power. Second last Tennessee Vane and Voodoo Blues whip them in. 900 out, they've slowed, and Jewel of Night about 3/4 of a length. The Midnight Fever is travelling very well. Sister Shirley on the inside, Glorious Way in the centre, and Julep's had no luck 3 deep. Lady Marita's had a nice run today. Buzz My Bell wide from Bold Lily, tucked away on the fence. Further back in the field to Spending as they pack up Voodoo Blues, Hidden Power, Grand Chazer's, Joy of the Jungle, and 2 to Tennessee Vane last. Into the straight, Jewel of Night about a half. Midnight Fever, he's still swinging on this. Clark, Glorious Way under pressure with Julep. Lady Marita out deep, Sister Shirley well back, Tennessee Vane. Midnight Fever's taken the lead. He's still hands and heels, Clark from Jewel of Night, Sister Shirley. Then Lady Marita, Hidden Power and Tennessee Vane running on. Midnight Fever's dashed away now. She's raced out 3 to Jewel of Night, Glorious Way. Tennessee Vane's running on very strongly. He's going to go for Midnight Fever. Tennessee Vane is finishing hard out deep. Midnight Fever's hanging on and she's won. Gee, Tennessee Vane, she might win the Oaks on that, I reckon. Third, Glorious Way from Bold Lily, Hidden Power, Sister Shirley. Joy of the Jungle, Spending. Further back, Grand Chazer's, Lady Marita. Voodoo Blues, Julep, Buzz My Bell. Her acceleration was fabulous. She dashed away, but Tennessee Vane has come from last into the straight. And if I've ever seen a good Oaks trial, for a horse to run 2,500, it was Tennessee Vane. She was storming home over the top of Midnight Fever. I'm sure that Michael Clark was expecting a hands and heels ride all the way up the straight. He must have been thinking at the furlong, well, we're going to win by 2 or 3. I'll take it easy on this filly. But he had to pull the whip because he could sense the danger, and it was coming from Tennessee Vane. 1, 4 and 3. They looked the ones before the race.
Colin, did that give you a fright in the straight?
Well, I thought we won, but I didn't think we were going to get beat. But that style of racing didn't suit her, being right on top of the pace, and obviously she looked to have it won easily, and the second horse did flash home. And it's obviously a good filly too.
Yeah, well, Midnight Fever 65 and 50, Tennessee Vane 115, Glorious Way 130, the trifecta 1130, the Quinella 220, and the extra double on the 2 1s, our Palliser and Midnight Fever, $2.20. The Turnbull is the next, worth $200,000.
Wave on with it. Racing, he jumped away nicely, Bozam. Roman General well away. So too was Hit Again Benny. And then comes All Ashore, followed by Nixon. Further back is Lygon Arms. Then Port Kingdom, Ma Wong from Impoverish. And Western Lee had dropped out to last at the end of 250 metres. And Hit Again Benny leads the way, about 2 lengths on Nixon. Bozam is fourth now, being passed by Roman General. A length and a half to All Ashore, 1 off the rails. 1 to Port Kingdom inside Impoverish. Lygon Arms caught 3 wide. A couple Western Lee and about a neck to Ma Wong on the outside. Down the back they run at the 1400, and the leader here is the chestnut Hit Again Benny. A length and 3/4 Roman General, 3/4 to Nixon the inside, about 4 to the hot pot Bozam, 1 1/2 then coming All Ashore on the outside of Port Kingdom. A length and a half to Impoverish, hugging the inside rail from Lygon Arms. Western Lee, the New Zealand colt, second last and a half on his outsiders. Ma Wong, no change in the order as they go on to the next bend near the 1100. Hit Again Benny, 2 Roman General. Nixon third, and a handy fourth is Bozam. A couple to All Ashore around the roughy Port Kingdom. Then Lygon Arms, Impoverished, third last on the inside of Ma Wong, starting to make some ground. And Western Lee is last and about 10 lengths from the leader, Hit Again Benny. 800 metres to go, and Hit Again Benny a length and 3/4 on Roman General. 3/4 of a length on the inside, Nixon. Bozam steadily making ground. A length and a half further back, Ma Wong, Lygon Arms, All Ashore, Port Kingdom, Western Lee. And Impoverished shunted back on the inside to be last, travelling to the corner at the 500. And Bozam pushed a bit deep on the corner. He's setting out after Nixon, and Hit Again Benny, and straightening up. Hit Again Benny ahead on Nixon. A half to Bozam, joining in very quickly, and Marshall had another quick peep to the left. And at the 250, it's Nixon in front from Bozam. Now Bozam popped the big question by Marshall, puts his head in front of Nixon, then Hit Again Benny. But he's giving his rivals a galloping exhibition here, Bozam. He's 2 lengths in front from Nixon, and then Hit Again Benny. Running on was All Ashore, but Bozam, untroubled, has beaten Nixon, tight between Hit Again Benny and All Ashore for third. And then Impoverished, Western Lee, followed by Ma Wong. Further back was Lygon Arms, and the last 2, Port Kingdom and Roman General.
2-9 and a photo, it looks like, in Sydney. Bruce McAvaney, what an unbelievable run, Bozam.
He's a very good horse, Tony. He's top class. He's a hot favourite now for the Caulfield Cup. Just took a little while to get past the 2 leaders, but once he did accelerate away. Western Lee was well and truly out of it, and the other couple of fancied horses, Impoverished included. Race was a muddling run race, Tony, and he did win very well, and there's no doubt now he'll be a hot favourite for the Caulfield Cup. He's a very exciting horse.
Adelaide. Lockley's daughter jumped away well. Belcunda Smurvey slowest to hit the ground. Cameronic Majestic Moss quickly into stride. Lockley's daughter rails through inside of the lot and goes to the lead. Lockley's daughter takes control. A long neck in advance of Majestic Moss, and he's trying to give her a bit of a breather in front now. In third position, Cameronic caught deep. Miss Nisku fourth the rail and racing a bit fiercely. She's looking for room. Runaway Knight are outside, and then came on the outside of those Broadway Lil, followed by Smurfy. Quick thinker back at the tail with Belcunda, rounding the turn, 600 to go now in the Morfettville sprint, and the leader Lockley's daughter, a long neck in advance of Majestic Moss, who's poised like a sniper, ready to fire. In behind the Miss Snipe, on the inside Miss Nisku, and around the outside Cameronic is winding up, but he's been wide throughout. Homeward bound, Majestic Moss grabs Lockley's daughter, Cameronic, Miss Nisku hard ridden, then Runaway Knight, Belcunda, followed further back by on the outside Broadway Lil. They race to the 200-metre mark. Majestic Moss and Cameronic grab Lockley's daughter. Cameronic might be finishing better than Majestic Moss, who fights back, but Cameronic in front. Cameronic draws clear, and Cameronic goes on to win. Cameronic first, second Majestic Moss, third Lockley's daughter, Miss Nisku, Belcunda Smurfy, then Runaway Knight, followed by Broadway Lil together with Quick Thinker.
There we have it, 4, 2 and 6, and the Quinella to the Hawks stable there with number 4 Cameronic first, number 2 Majestic Moss second, and a photo for third could be number 6 Lockley's daughter. The gate.
Midnight Fever won the Edward Manifold today at 65 and 50. Tennessee Vane 115. Glorious Way 130. The trifecta $11.30. In Sydney, Bozam 65 and 55. Nixon $3. Hit it again. Benny, or Hit Again Benny, $3.15. Trifecta 150.35. Quinella 13. Extra double in Sydney, $11.75. In Adelaide, the Cameronic beat his stablemate Majestic Moss, 380 and 125. Cameronic, Majestic Moss 60. Lockley's daughter 90. I suggest all those 3 horses will come to Melbourne for the carnival. Quinella 550. Trifecta 54.05. At the barrier for this, the Turnbull Stakes. Turnbull Stakes, what a race it should be. Light on they go. And they jumped in a beautiful line. Regimental March will be last early. Military Plume began fast with Fair Sir, and Vo Rogue's going to lead. Dandy Andy away well with Tristram and Royal Heights and Waverley Star. Bronze Knight, King of Brooklyn, Mr. Lamondi, Red Hawk, all spades. Bronze Knight just in front of those. And Darius Fun, Rosedale, Fox Hill and 3 to Regimental March. Well, this flying machine's away today, Vo Rogue. They won't hold him up now. He's 4 to Fair Sir and 2 lengths away Dandy Andy and King of Brooklyn, and Military Plume. Clark's done a great job again. On the fence, 5th, a length further back, Waverley Star, and around the outside, Royal Heights caught 3 deep. 1 to Tristram, 2 lengths to Bronze Knight, all spades, 2 to Red Hawk. 3 to Mr. Lamondi as they're flying, a half Darius Fun, 3 to Rosedale, 1 to Fox Hill and 3 lengths to Regimental March. 30 lengths cover them the 1100, and Vo Rogue in his favourite role bowling along, led 5 lengths to Fair Sir. 1 to King of Brooklyn, and Military Plumes had the run of the race. Royal Heights has had no luck, 3 deep outside Dandy Andy. Tristram on the rail, Waverley Star's getting a good run midfield, all spades on the fence. 1 to Bronze Knight, Red Hawk, Darius Fun, 3 to Mr. Lamondi, 2 to Rosedale and Fox Hill and 3 to Regimental March. Well, I reckon Vo Rogue might have increased his lead before the turn. He's 5 to Fair Sir. Military Plumes 2 lengths away and been asked the question. Now Waverley Star improving from King of Brooklyn. Further back Tristram and all spades, and starting to make a run Darius Fun, Dandy Andy, well back Red Hawk. Into the straight, Vo Rogue still 2 or 3. Fair Sir's out after him now. Military Plumes still 3 lengths away. I don't think he can win from King of Brooklyn. Royal Heights and Waverley Star. Vo Rogue being tackled by Fair Sir at the distance. They're 5 lengths in front of Darius Fun, running on from all spades. Military Plume gone. Fair Sir goes up and joins Vo Rogue with 100 to go. Vo Rogue and Fair Sir. Darius Fun running on well. Fair Sir and Vo Rogue. Vo Rogue finds something. Fair Sir comes at him again. Vo Rogue holds him off and wins. What a run. Magnificent. Second Fair Sir. Third in the race was King of Brooklyn and Regimental March. Watch for him in the Melbourne Cup. That was some race. Then all spades. Further back Red Hawk. Rosedale made up ground. Darius Fun. Bronze Knight, Waverley Star. I think he's a light of other days. Royal Heights, Fox Hill. Military Plume, a shocker. Forget him for the Cox plate. Then Dandy Andy, Tristram and Mr. Lamondi. One of the greatest races I've ever seen at Flemington. There's no doubt about it. That horse there, Regimental March, watch for him in the Melbourne Cup. It was a colossal run. But what a horse this Vo Rogue is. I must say I had a good bet on him at Caulfield last start. I didn't back him today. But it was a different sort of ride. It was straight to the front, and that's the way to ride him. There's no question. You must ride this horse for pace.
Sunday, 6:30.
Thing about Military Plume, because he really didn't run up to his best. I could see on the turn he was beaten. That trifecta, by the way, Phil, was $655 for 10.812, and the Quinella was $6.90 for Vo Rogue Fair Sir. I'm not sure where you watched it from, Phil, but that's one of the best races I've ever seen here at Flemington.
I watched it from down here calling. I'm looking forward to Danny Malecki calling the next race.
Yes, Dan, of course, has been filling in when I was away for Rome, and he'll be doing the next, and he's looking forward to it too, Phil. He'll do a great job.
How old is Danny now?
He's 18, Phil. He's getting old, isn't he? We thought it was about time we gave him a chance at 18.
By your standards, Bruce, he'd be getting old. By mine.
No, he's...
Well, listen, you better do what you have to do, because we have the jockey coming in here.
OK, well, we're looking at Drought, Phil, in the Underwood.
And they're off. Not a bad break either, or one of the best to begin. Away pretty well was Ostensible. C'est La Vie showing a bit of toe, and then comes Silver Award, and on the inside Secret Century. A length the Greatness, then King Chaos, followed by Northern Plain, and last the Walk Up. Young Carmody had taken Orb to the lead as they travelled past the 1700. His break is 2 Ostensible. Third on the inside is C'est La Vie, a couple to the grey Silver Award. A length further back is Greatness out 3 deep. On the rails Secret Century, and a length 1 off the fence next is King Chaos. The Walk Up second last, covering a little bit of ground, and Northern Plain last. 1400 to go, and Orb lopes along, a length and a half on the favourite Ostensible. Next third on the inside is C'est La Vie, a couple of lengths to Silver Award, then Secret Century. Off the track a little is Greatness, and a half between Greatness and Secret Century is King Chaos, and a further length of the joint tail enders, Northern Plain and Sir Walk Up. No variation in order. On the next corner, 1100 metres to go, and Orb nearly 2 lengths on Ostensible. On the inside is C'est La Vie, then Silver Silver Award, Secret Century, King Kaya, still wide Greatness, a length and a half, Sir Walk Up and a neck Northern Plain. Over the 850 crossing, Editorb leading out by a length and 3/4. Second Posse is Ostensible, and at the favourites, quarters on the inside, Sailor Thee, then Silver Award. Greatness has been wide for the bigger percentage of the race, and then Secret Century. A length Sir Walk Up, King Chaos under a little bit of pressure, and 2 lengths to Northern Plain likewise. Past the 600 they run it. Orb shows out a length on Ostensible. Silver Award third from Sailor Thee. Then Secret Century, Greatness, King Chaos, Sir Walk Up, and Northern Plain would need to shake a leg. Homeward bound. And Orb 3/4 of a length on Ostensible. A length the Silver Award. And then Greatness and Secret Century from Sir Walk Up. King Chaos and Northern Plain not doing enough, but Ostensible has given Orb the go-by inside the distance. Ostensible race clear. More than a length Orb, Silver Award, and Sir Walk Up battling on down the outside. Might get up for second, but Ostensible as Johnston shows him the whip is coming away from Sir Walk Up and Silver Award. And Ostensible a couple of lengths on the line to Sir Walk Up and Silver Award. Then Orb followed in by Secret Century, King Chaos, and the last trio, Greatness, Sailor Thee, and Northern Plain.
1, 5 and 4 in the Craven Plate. Race 5 at Randwick. 1, 5 and 4 past the post. The Epsom Handicap, a $250,000 race over 1,600 metres. The next event in Sydney, race 6, Campaign King. $2.15. Groucho, number 5, is at $4.15. Swift Chevelle, $4.20. Down to 8 Some Charm, $8.20. Good money too for Full Page, $25.95 there, and was well supported by our Sydney bookmaker earlier. Over.
The Asgard Graduation. A little bit of movement out wide. Light on, they'll jump, they do, and away to a pretty tidy start. If anything, Vastly and Adbrook a little slow to begin. Away well, Diamond Corner and also Clear Sun and Showing Speed Classic Concept. But Prince Travolta has driven right through near the inside to go to a clear length lead on settling. From in second position, Classic Concept, and up wide Iambic followed then. Getting in behind them, Squatters Green, and they were followed over the rail by I'm Extra, Habitual Gold, Diamond Corner, Clear Sun wide, Jetrees between them, Adbrook the rail. Then King's Rule, a length of Marine's Rocket, My Thirsty Man, followed further back by Revolver. Opera Diamond is wide. Vastly second last, and last of all Wine Duke on the turn. 600 a run now, and Classic Concept attacking Prince Travolta, who's under a hold. A length and a half Iambic, 2 away I'm Extra, ridden along behind those Squatters Green, so too is Jetrees, Habitual Gold heads the others. Then Clear Sun followed by Adbrook. Marine's Rocket is a long way back, and well back with it too as Vastly in the straight. He shakes up Prince Travolta. It draws a neck in front. Classic Concept is flat but trying hard. Iambic ducking in. I'm Extra can't get a run. It's the one that's going to be unlucky. They race down now towards the 150. Iambic went to the lead from Classic Concept. Prince Travolta. I'm Extra trying to get going again. Marine's Rocket flashing home, but Iambic gets the money. Iambic goes on to win by a length and a half. I'm Extra, something beaten. Third, Marine's Rocket, Classic Concept. Oh, Habitual Gold has broken down badly on the line and has been very fortunate not to have been collected by other runners. Oh, yes, he's broken down very badly. Further back in the field, Revolver, Wine Duke in that division too. Came Jetrees, My Thirsty Man, and King's Rule. Squatters Green, Adbrook, and Clear Sun, one of the last with Diamond Corner. Opera Diamond beating a few home.
Interesting race, that one in Adelaide, the Asgard Graduation, race 5. And the winner was number 9. That was Iambic P. Marks. Number 16 was second, well and truly in the money, and that was I'm Extra, and certainly probably a bit unlucky in the running too. And number 4, Marine's Rocket, was third. That's past the post. Walk Up 80 cents, 4 Silver Award, $1.95. Quinella $2.75, Trifecta $51.40. The Navy Day Handicap is the next event at Flemington.
A field of 10 to contest the 6th event, the Navy Day Handicap. Favourite Drought, he's very short, he's in the red with the bookmakers, 80 cents on the Victorian Totalisator. And as I said, he'll get a long way back in the field, but he's very good. His last couple of efforts have been very impressive. A third behind Rubiton at Wait for Age at Caulfield. Lesser class field today, the extra distance all in his favour. He's been primed for this year's Melbourne Cup. One of many horses that John Marr has got going for the Cup. Regimental March and Al Palace have both put in big runs today. So he's got a good team for this year's Melbourne Cup. Wholesome about to come up. He doesn't win very often. He put 2 wins together back in the summer. He's at big odds today. They're just about set to go for the Navy Day Handicap. 2,500 metres. There's the light. They're off and racing. Cool Rocking Daddy seemed to jump away okay from the inside. Drought got out well, surprisingly racing up towards the lead. Cromartie Lad's over on the fence, and then King Matthias, Temple Walk. Fiery Winella's out a little bit wide, followed by Wholesome, Lee Cadova a length away, Hallstrong and Pika Maguess last of all. They're bunched up as they go out of the straight. They've got about 2,300 metres to go. Cool Rocking Daddy in front by a length and a quarter. Now Drought's up running second, and Wholesome goes up 3 wide. Cromartie Lad tucked away on the rails, a length away King Matthias. Fiery Winella getting away from the rail. Temple Walk got up on the fence, a length to Lee Cadova. Hallstrong second last, and Pika Maguess was last of all, and there's only about 8 lengths between first from last. Going along the Maribyrnong side of the track with 1,800 metres to go, and King Matthias races around them. The former West Australian takes up the lead by a length and a quarter. Wholesome second, third the inside Cool Rocking Daddy at dawdling pace. A length and a half Drought fourth on the outside of Cromartie Lad. 2 lengths away Temple Walk. A length and a half to Fiery Winella and Lee Cadova together, and 2 lengths away Hallstrong second last on the outside of Pika Maguess. No real change in the order. The pace is still slow as they go towards the 1,500 metres point, and King Matthias in control by a length and a quarter. Wholesome in second place, in third Cool Rocking Daddy. Drought has travelled beautifully on the outside. There'll be no excuses if he doesn't win today. He's in fourth placing, a length and a half to Temple Walk, getting away from the rail. Clark is trying to trail up Drought, a length back on the fence Cromartie Lad. Hallstrong going forward in a hurry. A length and a half to Lee Cadova, 2 lengths away Pika Maguess back at the tail end of the field. They're running around towards the 1,000-metre point. King Matthias still about a neck in front. Wholesome second. A length and a quarter Drought edging closer, followed by Hallstrong. Back on the inside, Cool Rocking Daddy, followed by Temple Walk, Cromartie Lad, Lee Cadova, Fiery Winella, and Pika Maguess is still last of all, but only 8 lengths off the lead. They're starting to quicken up and bunch up at the 750-metre point. Wholesome went up on the outside of King Matthias, and now puts the pressure on. He kicked a half-length clear. Here's Drought out 3 wide. Temple Walk trying to follow him through, and they were followed by Wholesome getting away from the rail. Cool Rocking Daddy got off the fence. He moved up to tackle King Matthias on the turn, and Drought's out 3 wide. Highland urges him along, followed